A US Air Force whistleblower is set to come forward with an apparent huge announcement that is going to take place within days. Now, this comes from an article, a bombshell article at that, from The Mirror, which of course is kind of titled very similarly. US Air Force whistleblower claims huge UFO announcement will happen within days. So I don't know. It doesn't really kind of state who this is from what I've seen, but actually it does. I've just seen the name and I must have missed it on my first glance through the article, but this could be absolutely enormous for the UFO community. So, an alleged US Air Force intelligence insider has gone public with what he says is a 70-year history of the Pentagon's negotiations with non-human intelligence, and says that it's a huge escalation is imminent. Okay, I don't think that this is Lou Elizondo, because obviously he's not a US Air Force intelligence insider. He's actually a Pentagon insider and a government whistleblower. So, one of the most dramatic events in history of mankind is set to take place in the coming months. According to claims of a UFO whistleblower, Charles McNeil, he alleges that he was recruited into a top-secret US Air Force intelligence unit tasked with maintaining a 70-year truce between the American government and an alien civilization. Can we just take a moment, wind that shit back a sec? He was in charge of maintaining a 70-year truce between the US government and an alien civilization. So this must go back to the 1940s, this truce. That's crazy. Anyway, this truce agreement, McNeil claims, without any proof of his credentials thus far, on his YouTube channel, is set to become to an end at the end of September 2024. He claims that a planned series of events, including the partial and possibly total destruction of the state of Israel, a brief global conflict, and a staged alien invasion using reverse-engineered UFO technology will soon follow. One of the first parts of this overarching plan, according to McNeil, will be the announcement of the alliance between the US and Afghanistan's Taliban government. Wow. McNeil alleges that a slow drip feed of information through both news outlets and fictional accounts of extraterrestrial contact through films and TV has been part of a campaign to prepare the global population for the shock of encountering an alien species. Quote, this is known as the public acclimation program. He bizarrely says, for decades, you have been force-fed fictionalized versions of the truth via TV, movies, and books. He outlines the entire shocking scheme of this A Climate Now website, including the orchestrated Third World War, the main purpose of which will be to intimidate the public while culling vast numbers of civilian population. This war, he claims, will be interrupted by an alien invasion that has been in the planning for decades. Many of the alien craft on view during this phase, he claims, will be in reality be a secret US Air Force development that he calls the TR-3B Alien Reproduction Vehicle, ARV. I mean, we've all known about the TR-3B for a very long time. You know, it's not the best kept secret in the world, but at the same time, yeah, no, it's pretty bold. It's pretty bold. Anyway, but soon, McNeil says, we willed the introduction to a variety of real aliens, including cybernetically enhanced humanoids from the planet of the Rigel star system. Type AC have a grey or greyish pigmentation that can come off a bit chalky sometimes, he says. They have 4 fingers with little suction cups on the ends of each finger, and some have webbing between their fingers and toes. Type D have brownish pigmentation and 5 fingers and 5 toes. This species started off fully biological until they ventured out into the cosmos and became into contact with what they are now answering to, something called, quote, the Keeper. They now worship technology and started to incorporate mechanics into their biological makeup thousands of years ago. Wow. He further alleges that following initial contact with these beings in the late 1940s, the US government has since had dealings with a number of different alien species over the years, and that news of all these extraterrestrial civilizations will be made public in the coming few years. Right, so this article kind of jumps around. It's gone from in the title days, in the coming days, then in the opening paragraph it said in the coming months, and now it's saying in the coming years. So I don't know. I'm starting to, this article's losing credibility the more we go through it. But even the public revelation of these alien visitors, he says, will not contain the whole truth, unfortunately, McNeil says. Even the disclosure process is not planned to be 100% honest and transparent. It is only being used as a tool for a very dangerous plan to bring the world together. McNeil alleges that one of the core aims of this bizarre conspiracy is to establish so-called New World Order, global government under the US control, to then establish a planet-wide alliance with these extraterrestrial visitors. Okay. Barring a few short videos of the alleged US Air Force alien reproduction vehicle, McNeil has produced no hard evidence to support his claims, but if his suggestion that a global realignment is set to begin in the end of September, he won't have long to wait to discover whether there is any truth to his allegations. I'm not being funny, but this just doesn't feel legit to me. This just comes off as a load of malarkey. Let me just Google his... So, Charles McNeil. Let's see. Has he got... Oh, he has got a YouTube channel. So, this came out a year ago, but there's nothing... I mean, there's some stuff that came out a year ago, but... Let's have a look at some of his clips. I don't know what to make of this right now.
Everyone's main topic when it comes to information is just long. Let me just give you real quick details on it.
Okay, it's completely incomprehensible. Let's okay, let's have a look at urgent message.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is a little update on what I'm trying to do about this document. For those that don't know about it yet, basically, I'm privy to some things that very few people are, without clearances anyway. I don't have clearances, never had any. Never was in military, never was in military intelligence, never was in the intelligence community, nothing like that. However, my mentor was Office of Special Investigations for Air Force Intelligence for 2 decades and some change. Long story short, I received illegal briefings, reviewed documents I had no clearance to see. I was, I guess, his, I don't know, way to finally share with somebody that, at least throughout the most of my life, knew I wouldn't share any of it with anyone. But it came a time as I matured and I evolved and I grew to where I decided at least 30% or so of it we need to talk about. We need to get it out there. So I authored a 56-page whistleblower document. Now, I've tried to get this document out for 2 years. And I haven't stopped and I'm not going to stop. And I never wanted to write it. I actually contacted the DIA administration's office. I contacted the CIA Office of Scientific Intelligence. I even wrote Kamala Harris, Vice President, Madam Kamala Harris. And I've even sent a certified mail so I could track it. Weirdly enough, it was signed for like 10 days or so after the estimated delivery date by an unknown person, even though I they didn't know who signed for it, and it was signed for it like 3 o'clock in the morning, which is, I don't know, weird to say the least. But anyways, I don't think she ever got it. I marked it above top secret on the inside with the specific clearance that it is, which is top secret code word. It's like an umbrella clearance. I broke it all down in my document. But the point is, I revealed the truth behind Roswell, not the conspiracy theory stuff, but the truth. I revealed how these craft work, which is really interesting. Wormholes, which are extraterrestrial allies from the Zeta Reticuli star system, called time tunnels when translated to English, called time tunnels, and explained why we can't see them with telescopes.
Right. I struggle to believe this really heavily. And what else I find difficult to believe is the fact that the comments are turned off, which, you know, if you don't allow someone to kind of share their opinion, then it kind of comes across like you've got something to hide. But go and check out Charles McNeil's YouTube channel. You know, it's linked right here. If you want to check it out, go and search this up and you'll find it. But the fact that he's tagging in as well Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift, The Rock, just to name a few, TMZ, Barack Obama, Kourtney Kardashian. I don't know, there's something fishy going on here and I'm struggling to believe it. I mean, the fact that it came from the Mirror in the first place already kind of left it with this kind of overarching feeling that there's something not quite right. And I think my hunch has been confirmed. What do you think, though? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button if you have not already. Subscribe if you're new, and tickle my little bell. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.